Hello, I'm Ginger Nelson and welcome to Tea Time. Today we have Teresa Guest and Shea Register on the set with us, and they are with the American Red Cross. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about what you do at the Red Cross?
Yes, we go out into the community and work with businesses to set up blood drives to keep the supply in demand.
So we're here to talk about blood drives today, giving blood.
Yes.
Giving blood.
Now, you're with the Red Cross as well, and you've been there how long?
Well, I was with the Red Cross 22 years. I retired, and now I'm back part-time, just doing, helping Shea and the other reps in any way that they need help.
22 years, so that's your passion, huh?
Yes, it is.
It's your passion.
Yes.
You missed them so much you decided to come back.
I did.
And I'm sure you appreciate that, huh?
Very much so.
Now, you've been there how long?
About 3 years.
About 3 years. Now, we don't have a Red Cross office here in Tifton, right?
We don't. That's why we bring out our mobile units or set up in local businesses to collect the blood here locally.
Yes.
Now, you're based out of?
Out of Valdosta.
Out of Valdosta. So is that like the only one around?
We also have one in Albany, a donor center in Valdosta and Albany, Columbus, Macon. There's several spread throughout the state.
It's just the smaller towns don't have them, right?
Right.
But you go to the smaller towns, so you cover an area of how big?
About 8 counties.
8 counties. So that's good. You do Valdosta and then Tift.
I do from Cook County, Tift, Crisp, and Turner, Moultrie, Colquitt County, and Berrien County, Nashville.
So we're talking about giving blood today. Now, do you have a drive most every week?
We do. We have a drive, or sometimes 2 or 3 drives a week at different locations throughout the few counties that we have. And you can always go on redcrossblood.org and find a location near you that works best for your needs.
Now, if a drive right now is very critical, you're low on blood, right?
Yes, we're under a critical blood shortage right now. We have an urgent need for all blood types.
Why do you think that is?
Summer months, schools are out, so we're not going into the high schools, which make up about 20% of our 20% of our blood. And also, we have people are taking vacations. We have several big holidays where there's more accidents, and we use a greater amount of blood at one time.
Really? So actually, the summertime is when you really need the quantity of blood. Then I guess throughout the year, and then it's the lowest drive.
Right. During the summer, the turnout is not, the turnouts are not as great as we need for them to be usually. And also around the holidays, the Christmas holidays as well, we start experiencing shortages around that time as well. So now's the time we encourage folks to come out and donate. Until high schools start back, usually in the fall, we see an upsurge of donations, but there's always a need. Right now it's a critical need, but there's always a need for donating blood and having a continuous, adequate supply for our community hospitals.
Now, do you think there's a critical need not only because of the summertime, but because there's more accidents occurring, or?
I'm not sure about the statistics on that. I would hate to say it one way or the other, but there's for years the trend has always been that the summer in December, January, our numbers really.
And those are the months that you actually probably need the most.
Absolutely,
Yes.
around because there is more travel and possibly more usage during that time period. Yes.
When do you see that I guess people would require that they need more blood? Is it Rex or?
It can be Rex. It can be cancer patients. There's a host of different things that requires blood transfusions.
Right. There's a variety, like she said. Even if there are more accidents, then there are of course more organs that could be transplanted, which would entail having more blood usage during that time period because you're using more blood to transplant specific organs. So, once again, there's just a continuous need. So we have to we plan our blood drives accordingly, and hope that each blood drive is successful, because once the blood is collected, then we have to test it and then get it to the hospitals as they need it.
Now, if someone is interested in giving blood, is there any requirements?
You have to be at least 16 years old with parental consent. 17 and up, you can donate with. You have to have proper identification and weigh at least 110 pounds.
Well, I guess that accounts for me, huh? I have reached that 110-pound mark.
And now you don't have an excuse.
I don't have an excuse. I said before we started the show, I told them that I know that you mentioned that the high schools, since you're out of school, that's the reason why, one of the reasons why you have a shortage of blood. But that is one of your biggest donators is the high schools.
Yes, ma'am. They make up 20% of our blood supply.
And I know that when I was in high school, unfortunately, I did not weigh enough.
As do a lot of the high school students now, the little girls, as we say.
Yeah.
They don't weigh the 110 pounds. But those big strapping boys do.
That's right.
So, you know, and our high schools are usually very successful, very successful. So we don't have a problem there. They want to come out and donate if they can.
Tift County High is one of our biggest high schools in the state.
Yes.
Well, that's where I went.
Biggest blood drives in the state.
I graduated from Tift County, and I just remember that, I mean, everybody gave blood when I was in high school. I do remember that.
The volunteer coordinator does a very good job of getting behind them and pushing them a little bit.
What would their goal be this year?
200.
200 units of blood. Can you imagine?
Per drive.
Per drive. That is awesome, because that will save, each unit will save up to 3 lives. So you think that's almost 600 lives.
So one unit can save up to 3 lives.
Correct, because it's broken down into different components.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, ladies, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about giving blood to your local American Red Cross. We'll be right back.
Hit it.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
For the last 17 years, I've bought all my cars from Cook County Ford. I trust them. From renting cars to buying cars, Cook County Ford has been great.
Cook County Ford is one of our leading citizens here in Adel, baby.
No, I wasn't pressured. It was great.
Adel, baby. We actually looked at other dealerships, and they would not even tell us the price of the vehicle because we know how much we could spend on a car. And they would say, well, how much do you want your monthly payment? When you come to Cook County Ford, you know.
Cook County Ford makes me proud that I'm from Adel, baby.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Just two big old boys, full of biscuits and chum. Beats all you ever saw, been a making us laugh, ain't doing no harm.
Welcome back. We are talking about giving blood to the American Red Cross, and we are talking to Shea and Teresa, and they've been telling us, before we went to break, we actually were talking about the high school here in town, Tift County. They have a blood drive throughout throughout the year during school, and you say that it's a huge success. Our camera guy just said the reason why he used to like to get out is because he got 3 of those little juice boxes. So anyway, what an incentive to, the kids are excited that they just get to get out of class. But they don't realize, some of them probably don't realize the difference that they're making in someone's life.
That's exactly right.
The Tiffany County High actually hosts their blood drive. I would assume it's as planned accordingly, usually right before the Thanksgiving break. And they're so proud of the fact that they collect that much blood that will be tested, and it will be on the shelves and ready to be administered right before during the Thanksgiving holiday, there's a tremendous need for blood.
Now, do they have an incentive? Do they have I know you say that they have a goal that they set. Is there anything that...
Well, the second drive of the year, each donor receives a T-shirt. That's always a big hit with the kids. They love the T-shirts. Free T-shirts, wonderful. And sometimes at different times, we'll do different incentive items depending on the period, the days that we're running blood drives, or something special that the school or the businesses will sometimes donate things to us, and we use those at different events to drum up business.
So you also go into ABAC as well in the fall?
We go back into ABAC and Moultrie Tech several times during the school year, as well as they do run summer drives with us too.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes.
That's good because they still have students in during the summer. I'm sure that they're a little bit smaller drives.
They are, but it's nice that we can still consistently be there because we do have donors from the public from town that come they'll go on our website and they'll say, oh, there's a blood drive at ABAC today. It works out better for me than this other
that's what
drive.
I was going to ask you is even if you're not a student or faculty staff of ABAC or Moultrie Tech, you could still go out there to that drive.
They're open to the public. They have signs up. They'll be glad for you to come in and help them donate and get their numbers. They always like to hit their goals.
Okay. Now you have some throughout Tifton several times during the year. What are some of the other locations?
We have a drive the third Tuesday of every month at the Tifton Methodist Church from 12 to 6. That's the big Tifton Community Drive. And then we have them at several churches, Journey Church, Northside Baptist Church. We have them at the Tifton Mall, at Prince Chevrolet, at Lowe's, at Chick-fil-A. That's just a few of our many locations. You can always go to redcrossblood.org and it gives you the date and time of the upcoming drives here.
I know that we've had some at Plant Telecommunications as well, but now I think what you said, we partner up with the Prince.
Yes, y'all partner up with Prince and send your employees and staff to go there and donate, since both of you guys are a small group of employees, so to speak, and that way we can, get a decent number and be a good steward of our resources.
Well, you used to set up right outside my office, and I was just amazed at how many people actually will come. They come during their lunch breaks.
Yes.
And, I guess it's good to see that many people out there are willing to take their time off to go and give blood. Now, I have to admit, I've never given blood. I have a weak stomach. So you just need to load me up with cookies and juice.
Well, you need to eat a really good breakfast and lunch, or breakfast or lunch, depending on what time you're going to donate, a really hearty breakfast. Drink a couple of extra bottles of water the day before.
You need to be hydrated.
You need to be very hydrated. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, for someone else out there who's never given blood, what could they expect? What could I expect? Okay, when I go and I have to have tests done at the doctor's office, I'm always like, how many of them vials do you have to fill up? So, I guess comparing to that,
it's just a pint.
It's just a pint
of blood.
Yeah, just a pint.
But just think you're saving 3 lives.
But how long does it normally take?
The actual drawing of the blood takes 8 minutes. That's the average.
Oh, really? Okay.
When you get there, you go in, you register, you read a booklet with information. You go into a mini physical and health history where they check your hemoglobin, your blood pressure, all of those statistics to make sure that you're healthy and that it's good for you to give blood. And then that takes about 15 minutes, and you get on the bed for 8, and then you get all the free cookies and juice you want.
Now, do you eat while you're giving blood?
No. Not usually. Sometimes people will need something to drink, but they don't eat usually.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I've seen them. I've walked out there, outside my office, and I see all the, cookies and snacks and drinks.
That's something to look forward to.
But I also realized, I said I have a weak stomach, but I also realized, when I remember when they were out there, I didn't see many people get sick or nauseated or faint.
No, and that comes from being well hydrated and eating good meals. Most regular donors, they know it's better for me to just go ahead and eat and drink extra water because I don't want to feel bad.
Exactly.
I'm doing this for a good cause. So.
And that's something we always encourage high school students to do, is to hydrate yourself and eat a good breakfast.
Yes.
And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. So,
so every
it's
now
always
and
a good thing. Yeah.
You get a few that like skip class even longer, huh?
Yes.
You might get one that was running late and missed breakfast. Well, she should have waited till after lunch.
Right. Exactly.
So you really need to be hydrated.
Yeah, but a reaction, someone giving blood having a reaction is more of a rarity than the norm.
Okay.
But our staff are well trained to take care of individuals that might get sick or have a reaction or something.
Well, some of it, I think, more or less is my nerves.
Well, it does. You kind of psych yourself out more.
I do. I do. Like I say, I look at them bottles and I'm like, how many of them do you have to fill up?
And actually, that might be a good thing for you not to look at it.
That's
that might
right.
help you. Yeah.
That's right.
That's why I don't want to watch when I'm getting stuck, and I don't want to watch them fill the vials. And other than that, I'm okay.
Okay. All right.
Just do it. Go on about your
But to sit there for 8 minutes is
because a lot of people that they're on their phones doing emails or looking at Facebook or they've got their iPods on, or some people read a book. They just relax, and it kind of gives you a few minutes of quiet time too. And then a lot of times they communicate with the staff and communicate with the other donors around.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, you can find out when the next blood drive is right here in Tifton. We'll be right back.
Every day, dreams are lost and lives are broken. Every day, people like you and I are affected by life's unforeseen emergencies, and sometimes a little girl's hope and a mother's resolve lie in the arms of an angel. Are you that angel?
It is your contributions that help victims of disasters, both locally and around the world.
Your blood gives life to many who need it. And even when you have no money and cannot donate blood,
you donate time, learning and teaching techniques to prevent, prepare for, and cope with emergencies.
You are a symbol of hope and goodwill all around the world.
Who are you?
You are me.
You are an angel.
You are the American Red Cross.
Donate, get involved, be an angel.
Wouldn't it be something if the angels came?
It's been therapeutic to record what I go through on a day-to-day basis.
I just remember thinking, what am I going to do? I have a newborn. I can't lose my wife.
What they did for me was give me that break to be able to get it together.
Hi.
Comfort to me is knowing that out there, her life still goes on, and those recipients.
And once you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go from there.
People know that there is always hope.
Regardless of where you're at in your life, you just don't know what's going to happen or who's going to be there to help you.
It still hurts, and I just want it to be okay.
You gave me life.
I look down at my hands and realize I'm doing CPR.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy.
There's a lesson to be learned. Life is short. Make it worthwhile.
Can you see me?
Summer is here, and it's time to spruce up your home. At Home on 12 has everything you need to make your home stunning and fresh. From coordinated bedding and monogram towels to unique home decorating items, you'll find a wide selection of beautiful pieces. If you want a new look but you're unsure of where to start, At Home on 12 offers interior design services as well. Their professional framing shop has a great selection of frames and mats for artwork, family photos, and more. Visit At Home on 12th at 1202 Highway 41 North in Tifton, online at athomeon12.com or by phone at 387-8888.
We are back, and we are talking about donating blood today. These ladies have been telling me some interesting facts about donating blood. Now, because I've never done it before, I guess I'm ashamed to admit that. But, you know, like I said, in high school was an easy place to do it, but in high school I didn't weigh enough. So maybe if I had gotten that foundation in high school, I would have continued, you know. Like you said, a lot of the high school students do. Now, one question that I had when we went to break was, if I donate blood like this month, how long do you have to wait before you can donate again?
You can donate every 56 days.
So 56 days. So like if I gave this month, I can't go back around next month and give again. So you would say probably 2 months.
Right at 2 months, yeah.
Right at 2 months, and that way you know that you've gone long enough.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and now you say that all blood types are needed, not just one.
Right. We have an emergency need right now for all blood types. Any blood donor that would come out and donate would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, but see, and I don't even know what blood type I am. That's horrible, isn't it?
Well, it's a good way to find out.
It is a good way to find
Well,
out.
I'm sure y'all get people all the time who say, I don't know what blood type I am.
Exactly. Even folks that have donated. But the fact remains, you will receive a blood donor card in about 6 weeks after you donate, and it will have your blood type on there, which I think is a really good thing to know.
I don't understand why we don't know that. I mean, you know, the doctor should tell us this. I mean, I've given plenty of blood to doctors before.
That's right.
You know, they should come back and tell you.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Yes.
Okay.
And you can always visit redcrossblood.org and put in your zip code and search for a time and date.
Now, do you also, I know that you've named off several places that have blood drives here in Tifton, but if there is a business, a company, someone who is, you know, interested in having a blood drive at their place, how do they need to get in contact with you?
They can call me direct on my cell phone at 229-449-2677. I'd be happy to talk to them about it.
Now, is there like a requirement? Do they have to have like so many people at their company, or
They don't. They do not have to have so many people at their company. We do require sign-ups depending on the size and how many employees they have. They can ask friends, family, to come out and donate, so we can have a good blood drive.
So you don't want to show up there and only have like 4 people give blood.
Right. We forecast the numbers by the blood drives we have to the hospital, so they'll know so we can fill their need. And if we forecast and tell them we're going to get 20 pints and we only collect 4, then we have to make those 16 up somewhere. So it's very important that we collect what we promise.
Yeah, gotcha. So there's several businesses here in town. There's several places here in town that you can donate. How many blood drives do you think you have here in Tifton a month?
In Tifton, we probably have 7 or 8 a month right in Tifton.
So no excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse.
And we're always here the 3rd Tuesday of the month at the Methodist Church from 12 until 6.
12 until 6 at the Methodist Church.
Community blood drive.
So you can go eat lunch, grab you a bite to eat, and then go
swing by
during
the
your
church.
lunch break. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
Well, ladies, it's been very informative today. You've told me a lot of good stuff. And I'm sure some of the viewers, things that they didn't know as well as me. I mean, I say that I'm ignorant, but, you know, I'm sure that there's a lot of people who didn't know
Absolutely.
a lot of these things. But we're talking about saving lives today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Saving lives. So I'm sure the two of you donate each 56 days. Do you count them down? Do you count them down?
Yes, because a lot of times I need that unit because I'm a unit short because somebody's sick that was supposed to come. You know, sometimes we need those.
Yeah, we're probably gallon. Well, I know I am gallon donors.
I am.
Yeah,
I've been donating for
multi-gallon donors
for about 10 years before I came to work.
Right.
And you have nurses who, I mean, who are trained.
Absolutely,
they are trained.
They
are trained
extensively, and they've been doing it a long time. So
They know how to stick
what
you.
they're doing.
They know how to stick you. That's
right.
right.
They do.
I know that. I've got really small veins. I know that you even noticed my veins. You were looking at my veins. So someone like me who, I mean, I've even had to, take blood from my hands before because I have those little bitty veins and they like to roll. And
right. Now, of course, they wouldn't take it from your hand. It has to be in the antecubital
But
area.
you've got the nurses that have dealt with this.
Absolutely.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
So, and they use the little needles.
Well, they have only one size, but if they know that they actually couldn't get your veins, they would tell you so.
Okay.
They would actually tell you.
But it's very important to be hydrated.
Be hydrated and have a good full stomach.
Okay. And ladies, we appreciate you
coming
today and telling us all about the American Red Cross. We appreciate you tuning in with us today, and we'll see you next time right here on Plant TIFNet's Wiregrass Channel 3.
Hit it.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
Every day, dreams are lost and lives are broken. Every day, people like you and I are affected by life's unforeseen emergencies, and sometimes a little girl's hope and a mother's resolve lie in the arms of an angel. Are you that angel?
It is your contributions that help victims of disasters, both locally and around the world.
Your blood gives life to many who need it. And even when you have no money and cannot donate blood,
you donate time, learning and teaching techniques to prevent, prepare for, and cope with emergencies.
You are a symbol of hope and goodwill all around the world.
Who are you?
You are me.
You are an angel.
You are the American Red Cross.
Donate, get involved, be an angel.
Wouldn't it be something if the angels came?
It's been therapeutic to record what I go through on a day-to-day basis.
I just remember thinking, what am I going to do? I have a newborn. I can't lose my wife.
What they did for me was give me that break to be able to get it together.
Hi.
Comfort to me is knowing that out there, her life still goes on, and those recipients.
And once you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go from there.
People know that there is always hope.
Regardless of where you're at in your life, you just don't know what's going to happen or who's going to be there to help you.
It still hurts, and I just want it to be okay.
You gave me life.
I look down at my hands and realize I'm doing CPR.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy.
There's a lesson to be learned. Life is short. Make it worthwhile.
Can you see me?